what our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. So,
Yeah.
in person.
This is the new season. What are you most excited for? Like, maybe some new players or some new opportunities?
Yeah, we got some great players. Lance Stevenson, Dwight Howard. It's great. Wesley Johnson's been great. Montrezl Harrell been great. The league has been.
The Lakers page like he did with the Dodgers.
Got to give him a shot. It's not about what I think. It's about.
What if being a star on the court isn't enough? Ice Cube just dropped a bombshell on Angel Reese, exposing the truth about market value in basketball. Why are brands backing Caitlin Clark over Reese? And how did one player turn a city into her personal fan parade while the other struggles to fill arenas? The answer will shock you, and it's about more than basketball. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this, $5 million just for stepping onto the court. That's the kind of deal Caitlin Clark got offered. It sounds like a dream, right? But here's the part that sparks the real debate. Angel Reese, despite being one of the biggest names in college basketball, didn't see the same opportunity. And Ice Cube has a blunt take on why. He said it himself, "I'm not in the business of losing money."
Clark, but what about Angel Reese? You think she could ball out? She's pretty solid,
Yeah, she's a great player.
Yeah.
In person.
This is the new season. What are you most excited for? Like, maybe some new players or some new opportunities?
Yeah, we got some great players. The thing with Caitlin Clark, it was just to unlock millions of dollars for the league because of her stardom.
For brands, it's a business move, not a popularity contest. Let's look at the numbers. While Angel Reese is a star in her own right, brands see Caitlin Clark as the safer bet. Why? Take Clark's jersey sales. They're not just selling out, they're dominating. Her games consistently bring in the largest crowds, sometimes packing arenas like a playoff series, and her TV appearances break into numbers no one expected for women's basketball. Then there's the media buzz. Even when she's injured, Clark makes headlines. When she showed up in Chicago last month, fans lined the streets just for a chance to see her off the court. And Reese? Despite her own star power, her homecoming game at LSU didn't have that kind of energy. The seats weren't quite as full, the cameras didn't hover as long, and the headlines were quieter. And while Reese has some major deals, like her partnership with Reebok, there's been talk of momentum slowing down. Remember her viral March Madness moment? The energy around it hasn't really carried over the way Reese and her team probably hoped. Meanwhile, Clark's appeal seems unstoppable. It's bigger than her game. It's her relatability and the way she makes people feel connected to something larger. She's become this symbol of community, not just a player, but a unifier. So, why does Clark hit different with fans while Reese hasn't captured that same national love? It's not just about skill on the court. Clark has this way of cutting across divides, whether that's geography, fan loyalty, or even casual sports viewers.
I don't know if we can make that. Sense.
So, I see. So, maybe an adjusted amount.
What our sponsors was telling us.
Right.
They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. So.
Listen, man, you guys dropped Big 3 again. This is a new season. I remember you famously made an offer to Caitlin, the Lakers page like he did with the Dodgers.
Got to give him a shot. It's not about what I think. It's about.
She turns games into events, and it's paying off. But what about Reese? What's holding her back? What if everything you've worked for suddenly felt like it was slipping away? That's where Angel Reese finds herself right now. She's not just dealing with the pressure of performing on the court. There's talk of endorsement deals being paused, campaigns quietly canceled, and speculation swirling about why she's been absent from the spotlight. Add to that the constant comparisons to Caitlin Clark, and it's not hard to see why Reese might feel stuck in a shadow she's desperate to leave behind. And that shadow? It's everywhere. A popular YouTuber didn't hold back, saying, "You're good enough to stand on your own now, so why don't you?" It cuts right to the heart of the issue. Reese has the talent, the charisma, the resume. She's a national champion after all. But the narrative keeps circling back to Clark. And some say that Reese's public decisions, like her fiery exchanges on social media, may be shaping how brands and fans see her. Sponsors often look for stability and connection, and those moments of drama can overshadow her game. Think about the contrast. Clark keeps things simple. She lets her performance do the talking, carrying that quiet confidence that feels steady and reliable. For Reese, it's a different energy. She's unapologetic, loud, but some wonder if it's more fireworks than flame. Reebok made a bet on her star power, but rumors suggest they aren't getting the returns they expected. Her brand still hasn't fully escaped the comparisons to Clark, which makes her feel like a rival instead of an individual icon. But here's the thing, modern sports marketing thrives on authenticity and relatability. A player's story off the court can be as powerful as their performance on it. Reese has a chance to lean into her unique personality, not as Clark's opposite, but as her own person. If she steps back into the spotlight, it needs to be about Angel Reese, no one else. She has the ability to turn this moment into a fresh start. The question is, what will it take to rewrite the story and reclaim her place as a top-tier star?
You know, it's been must-see TV for sure.
Yeah, it's getting a little testy. I saw some of those guys going at it. Mark Walters, do you think he could change?
I think we can make that same offer because it won't have the same impact to the.
It's all smart moves. I see you that's what you do.
Lance Stevenson, Dwight Howard, it's great. Wesley Johnson's been great. Montrezl Harrell, been great. You know, the league has been, him execute. You know, he was able to execute with the Dodgers. So I'm confident he can execute with the Lakers. So we'll see.
The WNBA isn't built for just one superstar, it needs many. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark can both shine if they embrace what makes them different. The league knows this too. That's why it's leaning into diverse talent to grow its reach, pulling players with unique stories and skills into the spotlight. Reese has what it takes to thrive. She just has to step out of Clark's shadow and remind everyone why she matters. But this moment is more than just a setback. It's a chance to grow, refocus, and prove her worth. Will Reese rise to the occasion? Time will tell.